Good evening, everybody. It's Miss Shirley, OG Gardner, here to say, let's get this party started. All right, for this live. If you are watching the replay, thank you, and subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button. Okay, and so that way you'll get the notification bell so you don't miss a video. All right. The subject I had in mind tonight was in regards to my zone. I'm in 6A and in Cleveland, Ohio. I found out that there's a lot of 6As in all over the state, like Illinois, some parts of Michigan, some part of the East Coast. Um, so the temperature's got to be different, but we're in the same zone some kind of way. Um, I know that in my zone, we get snow here, we get winter, we get frost. We get sudden freezes, snowstorms. So therefore, it gets cold here, and the plants that are tropical, we have to bring them inside. Like some of our fig trees, and put your fruit trees in a greenhouse if you have it, or try to make some kind of provisions so that they will make it through the winter months. I know everybody's talking about fall gardens, and I've tried it a couple of times. I have some seedlings up here on the porch. I don't know if they're going to mature in enough time, but I'm going to give it a shot because I'm still having problems with the ground rats, the groundhogs, and raccoons, and the deer. So far, I've had decent harvests on my tomato plants, and I got cucumbers that are coming in. I have more watermelons on my vine, which I'm tickled pink about, and my cantaloupe is doing swell, and my okra is starting to take off, and I'm really happy about that. Oh, okay. I'll start flying in. Florence Lindsay, hey, hon. Growing with Hudson. How about that? Ronshan, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Rain and Glory, and EJ Milton, Steph Shockley. All righty. Cassandra, South Fulton Garden. Yes, hello. Hello. Always awesome, Angela. Hello, dear. Oh, your first time catching me live? Well, here I am in living color. I am SC Pam. Hi there, back at you, sweetheart. Um, I'm just trying to touch on some subjects we're all familiar with, and that's growing in our grow zone. I've been watching other people's videos, and I was watching Beauty in the Garden today, and she was showing the sales that they had going on with, I think she was at the Dollar Tree, and all the little cute stuff that they have going on sale and marked down. We don't get that here. In the north, uh, our growing season is short, so therefore they don't keep that stuff on the shelf as long as in the warmer climates, because you guys can grow a lot longer than we can. Because as soon as that stuff is off the shelf here, right after the spring, they're pulling out stuff for back to school, school supplies, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. That we won't see that spring stuff again until spring of 2023. And so, if you want to find anything else pertaining to your garden, most of the time you would have to go online unless someone sends it to you from another city or another state. Um, okay. All right, Hudson, thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Try to keep me on and keep me going. Also, who else I was watching today? Oh, I was watching Lady Linda, Tina, about those bagworms. Ooh, them some ugly things. All right, I've never seen those before. That's something new to me. And I was listening to Gina versus Gina for a short time today about retirement, because I have retired and I know exactly what she's talking about. Um, I've had a lot of friends who retired before me, didn't know what to do with themselves, didn't know how to live from day to day without a job, and some of them had heart attacks and died, and some of them died penniless, and because they didn't know how to handle their finances, or who weren't taught on how to do their finances and that is still a big issue. Um, but some people do quite nicely. Some people make good investments. Some people save every penny they ever made because they know once they retire that they're going to need every dime. So I understand that. Um, let's see what else is talking. I've been watching a lot of everybody else's garden shows. I was watching, I think it was Indiana Backyard Gardener, and she bit into that pepper. She found out just how hot that pepper was. She was disappointed, but the pepper was hot. She was like, "Ooh, my mouth is still burning." I understand, because I bit into habanero once. I thought it was something else, and yeah, I regretted that. But I bet you I know what a habanero looked like. Okay, so yeah. um, let's see. Oh yeah, the holiday stuff too. I forgot about that. Thank you. Always awesome, Angela. Um, Thanksgiving, yeah, I'm seeing turkeys mixed right along with the Halloween stuff. Holidays used to be separate, not anymore. Now they right on top of each other. You'll see Christmas stuff sometimes before you see Thanksgiving stuff. So yeah, this is something else. Um, Also, I like the children that you guys show, like your nieces, your nephews, your own children working alongside you in the garden, learning how to grow things. For the ones who do believe in Adam and Eve, they are the original gardeners. There's only one master gardener. Okay. Um, we can't garden better than him. But Adam and Eve was the first original farmers. They were to take care of the vegetation, the animals, and everything that was created on earth in the paradise. So it's in our DNA to want to grow things, to want to eat organic, to eat clean, to be healthy, to be happy, and to want to share your bounty with others, not just your family, but also your neighbors, friends, co-workers, people that are having a hard time, or at least that they appreciate your bounty. Because I used to bring flowers to work all the time. I make big bouquets and sit them on my desk. People used to come by and say, "Are those real?" And I was like, "Quit touching it. It's real." And I would bring veggies and slice them up and put them on the tables in the break room so people can eat, and taste the bounty, And I used to have a nurse named Rachel who used to eat bell peppers raw. I brought them in and she would just sit there and eat it like an apple. And I was just like, wow. And to me, that was a compliment in the highest form. Who else? Oh, my Renaissance grandma. Hello, dear. How are you? Glad to see you in the place. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta learn how to make moderators. Okay, this is all new to me, and I'm glad that I see familiar faces in the chat. I thank you, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to stop by to see this old lady. All right. I call myself being in the 700 club. I'm over 70. And so I know there's a handful of us that's in here that age. Most of y'all is like in your late 40s and 50s. And my son is 51. So I really enjoy that you young people are taking in the stride how to take care of yourselves, how that you're losing weight, how you're learning to be healthy, how you learn to share with others and not be selfish, and I love that. And I've been doing this a long time, and to see such a large community who is willing to give of themselves. And I see that we have a lot of spiritual people in the chat as well. um, Everybody's familiar with Miss Linda on Sundays. Okay, she likes to sing, and y'all give her special requests. And I heard one night briefly Dorsha talking about the Bible. Um, I used to see was that frugal nurse who used to talk about it, and I know how spiritual Homestead Heart is, and Lady Led. I even hear Led talking about the Lord, and Eco, and quite a few guys, Sunday Backyard Farmer. So it's good to know that you take in consideration that everything that's been given to you is a blessing, and that you're using it to your full advantage, and you're not being selfish with it. Um, Everyone needs to know, regardless of how you worship, that everything that's done for you is by someone way above our pay grade. Okay, that there is a supreme being taking care of us, and that we should be grateful and happy that someone is considering watching over us. Because we can't take care of ourselves. We're working on feeding ourselves at this time. But if you watch the news, you see the wars, the floods, uh, food shortages all over, all these things. If you believe, okay, in the Bible in regards to these prophecies coming true, so people are waking up and they're seeing what they need to do in order to make it from day to day. Paychecks don't last as long as they used to, you know. Even though you might be living from paycheck to paycheck, everything went up but your paycheck. Gas went up. Now it's starting to slowly come back down, but the price of food is ridiculous now in regards to what we used to pay for food, and how your budget has changed in regards that you're putting more towards food in order to get to that next paycheck. Because not only do you have to eat at home if you work, you got to make enough to take to work. If you can't eat out of your pocket every day on the job, you're going to have to make a lunch to take, or a dinner, according on what shift you work, So, yeah, yeah, we all feeling the pinch, even us retirees, Like you say, everything goes up but your check, you know. So you have to learn how to budget, and you got to learn how to pray. A lot of people don't know how to pray. They only pray when they're in trouble or something happens. But now you need to pray all day, every day. We have a saying: if you can count how many times you pray during the course of a day, that means you didn't pray enough. All right, because we're dealing with all kinds of disasters and finances and health issues. I've been losing loved ones to COVID this year like you wouldn't believe. And I'm still grieving over a very, she's like my best friend who buried less than 2 weeks ago. So it's rough. Your feelings, we get into our feelings. And at times we need to step back and take a deep breath and say, okay, they're not suffering anymore, but you're going to miss them. And there's nothing you can really do about it, but just take one day at a time. So, yeah. Um, Thank you, Florence. I love you too, sweetheart. um, I'm trying to think of what else I could talk about other than the garden. Oh, I like flowers too. I grow a lot of flowers, and right now, the bees are loving it. I have what you call a four-season yard. Every time something starts dying back, something is coming up and blooming. And right now, I have a plant in my yard. Now, get this, y'all. It's over 150 years old. No joke. I saw this flower in my neighbor's yard across the street from my grandmother when I was a little girl. And I loved it. And I watched it grow as I grew up. She still had it. So when I moved here, happened to go to my grandmother's house, and I went across the street and I said, I always loved this flower. I was like, I wish I could have a piece. And she said, if you got a shovel, you can dig it up and get it yourself. I was like, okay. And that's been over 22 years ago. She got it from her mother's mother. Okay. So that would be her grandmother. And so I'm in my 70s now. So She said then when I got it, it was over 80 years or so old at that particular time. So that plant's been around for a long time and now it's spreading all over the yard. I found out it can become invasive. Hey, Brandon, you made it over, huh? Well, hello. Hey, Tammy, nice to see you too. And it's in my yard and it's spreading, and I'm willing to dig it up and give anybody who want a piece of it. They can have it. Put it in a spot that you don't mind it taking over, because once it gets established, oh, it's on. It just goes. It's like mint almost. But the bees love it. It's an excellent pollinator. It's called obedient plant. It's not obedient to staying in one spot, but it's guaranteed to come back every year, and it gets bigger and more beautiful each year. It has a tall pink stalk, and the bees love it. Oh, and I saw butterflies. I have at least two or three different varieties of butterflies. I have a pair of hummingbirds that I call Fred and Ethel Mertz. All right, for some of you folks in the chat, let me know who remember Fred and Ethel Mertz and from what show were they on. Uh, it was funny. I saw Fred first, and then years later, I saw Ethel. Then I didn't see Ethel for a while, so I said, well, maybe they had kids. So she's back now, and you ought to see them fighting over the hummingbird feeder I have in the yard. And I have other flowers that they like. Hummingbirds like the color red and yellow. And I plant flowers too, and they take nectar from the flowers as well as from the hummingbird feeder. Urban Girl Gardening and Lifestyle. Hey, hon, how are you? Glad to see you facing the place. Ah, growing with Hudson. Uh-huh. Brent, okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I love Lucy. Yeah. So I didn't like Lucy that much. So that's why I went for Fred and Ethel. I thought they were cute. Oh, yeah. Some of the episodes are funny and some aren't, but hey, according to taste. Um, I see a lot of garden shows with some really nice gardens. I've seen you guys. I'm gonna try what's that leisure peppers I want to try, and ghost peppers I want to try. And one of T Nog's questions are what you want to grow in 2023 that you didn't grow in 2022. Everything that the groundhogs and raccoons and deer ate. They ate my Brussels sprouts. They ate my cauliflower. They ate my broccoli. They ate quite a bit. They ate more than I did. Let me put it to you like that. Oh, what else? Swiss char. I mean, let me tell you about that one. Now, if any of you watch my videos, you've seen how I had cages, or what they call it, laundry baskets over my veggies. And I had 6-inch garden staples pushed down in the ground to keep them out. I don't know which animal it was. I don't know if it was a groundhog or a raccoon, but they stayed till they snatched that out the ground, threw the basket across the yard. I knew it wasn't a human because uh, the little paw prints in the soil, and they ate it down to the ground. I put a new cage over it, did the same thing. They got that cage off and ate the new growth. I was like, you know what? That's a wrap. I'm not planting it again. We're not gonna keep doing this little dance in the garden. I just left it alone. I was like, no, if you that bad in that bowl, you got it. I won't plant any more Swiss chard in my garden. That was just too much. What's up, James? Frankland 38 things. How you doing? Glad to see you. And hello to all in the chat. If I've missed anyone, I'm sorry, but hello. Glad you made it. Uh, Hope you're going to enjoy this episode. Let me see what else I can think of. My Japanese maple in the front yard is dropping babies everywhere, and I'm digging them up and putting them in pots and selling them. And that way I can get my seed money for next year. And if any amendments I need to buy, I will have the money for it. I noticed today on my bell peppers, I have a few of them that has blind. It's not blossom end rot. It's like spots on the side. But I know since they're in a pot and I water it often, I might be leaching out the nutrients in the pots. So I'm gonna try Ann Dale's trick. I got Tums. I'm gonna ground some of those up, and I also have some milk, and I want to see if that can help save my peppers because they're really nice. I they had Epsom salt in it. They got off a good start with the Epsom salt, but I think they might need a little shot in the arm, so to speak, booster. Um, in stopping what's ever going on because I got too many pepper plants uh, babies on there to lose all of them to blossom and rot. So I will be working diligently to save my peppers because I love green bell peppers. Every time I open up the side door, you can smell them. And that's another thing. When you walk into a produce section in a store, I don't care what kind of store, if it sells fresh produce, you don't smell anything. If you don't smell anything in the produce department, it should be onions and garlic. You don't smell jack. There's no smell whatsoever. But when you walk through my yard, you can smell everything. You can smell the tomatoes. You can smell the herbs, the rosemary, the basil. Um, when you walk through my garden and you brush up against the lavender, you can smell that. You can smell the Russian sage, and it's not even a vegetable, but it has a fragrance to it. All these things you should be able to smell when you go in your produce department. So that lets you know that they're sprayed with some type of preservative or some type of herbicide. So this is why they tell you, please wash your vegetables and your fruits well when you get home. When I bring mine home, I let them sit in apple cider vinegar for like 15 minutes to a half hour, and it doesn't get absorbed in the taste of the fruit or veggie. And wash it real good until your water comes crystal clear. Then dry it real good. Wrap it in a paper towel, and then put it in a Ziploc bag, and then refrigerate. It lasts a little longer. Your strawberries don't mold as quick. Your other veggies don't mold as quick um, because you got that outer layer of whatever was keeping it preserved. Because if you ever notice, once you bring something home from the store, if it's a fresh produce, if you don't use it right away, it's gone in a day or two. And that's just wasted money that you didn't have to waste or to give away. So you got to be careful with your veggies. Like in your garden, you don't worry about that. When people come to my house and I hand them a tomato, I said, you don't have to worry about it. I don't spray anything on it. I said, I take it in and pop it in my mouth all the time. I was out in the garden the other day and I was hungry. I reached over and I broke off a stalk of celery, ate it, walked over to the sweet 100s, ate a couple, walked over to the cherry chocolate tomatoes, ate a few. I had a banana pepper, crunching on that. Went over to the fruit tree, grabbed me a peach, a fresh peach, peeled back the skin because that fuzz tear me up. Ate that. It was nice and sweet. My honey crisp apples are almost ready. By the time I left from weeding and trimming and harvesting, I was no longer hungry. I didn't have to worry about an upset stomach. I don't have to worry about my skin breaking out because I'm allergic to whatever's been sprayed on it because I don't spray anything on it. Okay. And I get tickled pink in watching how my veggies, oh, my habanero peppers, oh, they get ready to get picked. I want to try some of those, what they call them, hot poppers or whatever. Y'all know what it is. Okay. Um, and I got cucumbers and I'm just tickled pink. I don't have enough to really um, pickle like I want to because it's been so late in the season because our weather's been so crazy, which has been crazy all over the world. But I got a nice farmer's market in my area, and I might grab a couple of bushels of pickles from them because I want to try. I was watching Homestead Heart today making sweet pickle spears, and I'm waiting on her to make a video on pickle relish because I love me some pickle relish. Oh, I'm all about some relish. So I want to try that on my own. I had got me what they call it, a Presto canner and a dehydrator. So I'm ready to try it all. Dry herbs, dry veggies, dry everything I can get my hands on. And by the end of September, my sweet potatoes should be ready. So I'm really looking forward to that because I had to jimmy rig my sweet potatoes to keep the groundhogs from eating that. The slits I got from, who was that? Wow, don't get old. My memory comes and go when it feels like it, and it pops up at the weirdest places or weirdest times. Oh, TLC in the garden. Okay, my girl on the west side. I'm still saying prayers for her after losing her granddaughter. She gave me some sweet potato slits and purple sweet potatoes. They tore the slits up, but I got the purple sweet potatoes jerry rigged so that they couldn't get to them. They ate the leaves down twice, but this last time they haven't touched them. So hopefully by the end of September, I'll have some purple sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna try to do a video on that uh, as soon as they're ready. And my kiddie pool with my what's that, garlic and shallots and onions is doing real good. Who's that? Robin Caesar. Hello, dear. How are you? Glad to see you. Um, let's see. Hmm. Trying to think of what else. Oh, who's that? Miss Linda. She gave me some seeds for some Jamaican sorrel, and they're coming in, and so I'm kind of tickled about that. And my banana plant, it had one pup when I did a video on it. Well, it's got another baby on there. So I'm finna take both of them pups out and put them in their own pot. And I went from having one banana plant, now I got three. Oh, y'all, I'm over the moon. And I'm gonna have to drag them bad boys in come winter time, and I'm gonna baby them to death. They are not dying on me, okay? Because the prices of everything is getting ridiculous. Maria Graham, hey girl, how are you? Glad to see your face in the place. Glad you could make it over. Um, let's see. Mm. Oh yeah. Thank you, Rain and Glory. Yeah, they got wax on produce too. Because if you ever, you know, apples aren't shiny. Okay. And have you ever walked into the produce section and seen fruit where you can see your face in it? Now you know that ain't right. Mm-mm. That is not natural. Okay. I don't know why they put wax on apples, but that's just a waste of time and energy. And like Lev was saying, we're all guilty of once you get the stuff in the car, you want to reach in the bag and grab something and pop it in your mouth. No, don't do that. Wait till you get it home and clean it up. Like grapes and strawberries, especially if you're hungry. That's why I tell you, don't go to a supermarket hungry. For one thing, you're going to spend too much. Second, you want to eat everything you see. And no, no. Mm-mm. Wait till you get home, clean it up, then enjoy it. And that way you can sit down and enjoy as much as you want all day long. Okay. Let's see. What else can I think of? Hmm. Thank you, Maria. I'm feeling a little perky today. It's not hot. It was rather nice. Oh, I got a problem with a skunk. When I see a skunk, they were in the neighbor's yard across the street. I know there's grubs in the ground. That is their main source of food. Skunks don't hang around if there's not a food supply. Because I had grubs before and I put down some grub eggs and they disappeared. Well, by now that grub eggs is probably kaput in the soil. So I have my purple irises in the front yard. I was cleaning out that bed yesterday and I pulled up a piece that was rotten. It was a big old fat juicy grub in it. And I was like, I knew it because the only time the skunks show up is when they got a food supply. So I cleaned that bed out real good and I hope I got all the grubs out. I'm going to have to get some more. Um, Milky spore is the best to put down in your soil if you have grubs, but it is so expensive. Milky spore will kill grubs up to almost 10 to 15 years, whereas grub eggs might only last a couple of seasons. Um, but that's all I need for now is to get through this season. Then I'll worry about next year when next year get here. Um, yes, thank you, Maria. Yeah, hit that like button. Act like y'all like me just a little bit. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all my new subscribers. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate your comments. Uh, some of the videos that I put on, and I look at them and I read the comments, and you guys are hilarious. Thanks for the support about my groundhogs and raccoons and deer. I see I'm not the only person having that issue. That's why I said I need a sunny backyard gardener. When just Georgia was taking a video of him walking through the yard, and I was like, that's what I need right about now. Because I'm tired of them. I mean, I've been fighting them tough. All the years I've been in this house has been over 22 years. In the last year, they were mm, not too bad. They still left me a lot of stuff. But this year, these animals is off the chain. It's like somebody gave them some super juice, and they just, they coming out with a vengeance. They said, we hungry. You got the best yard in town, and we're going to enjoy it. Because the deer ate all my hostas. All I got is sticks in the front yard. It's just sad in certain spots of the yard. I just want to just cut it on down to the ground and just totally clean the spot out and throw some amendments in it for the fall and just wait till next year when they come back, you know. Oh, sifting some soil. Hello, dear. Glad to see you. Glad you were able to make it over. So, yeah, so the deer are bad. And see, out here, there's a park at the end of the street. And like between 2:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning, you can look out the street. And anybody ever watch, what is that? Oh, shoot. I had it on the tip of my tongue and then it went south. But anyway, the night at the museum where all the animals come to life. Well, that's the way my street looked between hours of 2 and 4. You see deer coming up the street. You see the groundhogs. No, not the groundhogs. Groundhogs is the day. Raccoons at night. We have possum. And it's so funny. I mean, they look like the night at the museum. They're coming down the street and you see them do this. They know this garbage can over in this yard got the good stuff and garbage cans and trash over here in this yard. I've actually seen a raccoon lean up against the back of the garage and roll the rock off the top of the trash can, tilt it over, and get in there and tear up everything in there. And when he got his fill, he walked away. So, since we have such a bad problem of rodents and animals in this neighborhood, the city finally gave us those tall trash cans with the heavy lids on them so that they can put it on the curb and not have to keep cleaning up trash that Wild Kingdom has come through and ripped up, because most people try to put out their trash early in the morning because they know if they put it out the night before, they're going to rip it all up and it's going to be all up and down the street. So, yeah. Yeah, the disrespect is real around. Yes, it is. Oh, happy life. Hello, dear. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, so we got a long list of stuff that we're working on as far as gardeners, because we know that um, food shortages and the prices are high and they are real. Okay. And they're not getting cheaper, they're going to keep going up. I can't imagine what it's going to be like come later on towards the end of the year for us gardeners who can't garden outside come the fall and winter months. We have to come inside. I stepped up my A game and got me some grow lights and some more potting soil to start my seedlings and pots so that I can upgrade and make a little sunroom. I got a project that I'm going to do and I'm going to record. And it just kind of popped in my head, this project. I haven't seen anybody touch on this project. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but I hope it turns out nice. I'm real excited. I just about got all my materials to put it together. And I feel like a kid in the candy store. I just can't wait to get in there and check it out and then turn around and show everybody and say, see, 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 see. So, yeah, I'm really happy about that. So, that's for us northerners who get snow. And I do mean snow. Oh, Lala. Hello, dear. How are you? Oh, yeah, happy life. Raccoons are gangsters. I mean, these are straight up. I think I call the groundhogs the Crips and the raccoons the Bloods, okay? Because they, they, when they mark their territory, they mean it, you know. I have a groundhog. I don't know if it's a mother or one of the kids she had. I had cleaned up the yard, and we have the tall paper lawn bags to put our yard waste in. I had it in the garage. I said, well, it's going to rain. I don't want it to get soggy and the bottom fall out. So I left it in the garage. I come out the next day, all my refuge is on the ground and the bag is gone. I'm like, what? What the heck? And then I'm standing there looking, and then I see my bag moving like this across the neighbor's yard, and it got to their porch, and it went into a hole, and I watched it disappear like this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. The groundhog couldn't get back up under my porch or my neighbor's porch. So they ate a hole through the lattice in the porch next door. I said, it got to be a mama and she's making a bed to have her babies. Sure enough, I cleaned up the yard waste. Next day I came back out. Same thing. All my refuge on the ground and my paper bag gone. And I'm like, how many bags do this chick need? Okay. How many babies is she having? And I was like, I'm not putting up anymore. I'm going to give this a day or two and see what happens. Well, I guess after 2 bags, she had enough because I didn't see her anymore. And I was able to clean it up and put it out on the curb. So, but yeah, she had her babies, and then the babies came out and they came out hungry. And that's when they started tearing up the backyard. And there. All right. Good to see you too, sweetheart. Yeah. So, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, the animals around here, because most people don't have fences around their yard. So, therefore, it's like, you can walk through one yard to another. I busted my next door neighbor before they moved. He raided my garden. And I'm going to tell you how he got busted. Okay. He a big guy. So, he got big feet. I had watered the yard the night before. He left a footprint this big in the wet dirt. Okay. So when he came out, I asked him to come over to the fence. And I asked him, I pointed to the footprint. I said, does this belong to you? I was like, dude, all you had to do was ask. I would have made you a care package real nice. You didn't have to steal from me. I mean, I straight up confronted him because I was a little PO because the fruit that he stole, I was planning on using some of that for my dinner. So I was a little salty. He paid me for it, but I said, next time you want something, just ask. I don't, I'm not stingy. You didn't have to steal it. I just told him point blank, and he's like, he apologized. He said he was sorry, but it was just the point that you did it. I mean, it was a short fence, and he just stepped over it, and I was just like, wow, that's bold. That was real bold. I was like, wow. I didn't think people actually did that. You know how you hear stories about stuff like that, but until it actually happens to you, you never know how real it is. Well, it happened and it was real, real, you know. And he's a big guy too, but I was so salty that he took my dinner. I didn't I mean, he took cucumbers, just not just a bell pepper. He took cucumbers, tomatoes. Yeah, he went grocery shopping in my yard. I put it to you like that. And I knew what was there when I left for work, and it was gone when I got home. So yeah, I was salty, jaws tight. I was hungry and tired. Please, I was ready to fight at that point, but I'm not a violent person. He's just glad he was a big guy, and I was just, a little mad. Black's Tropical Homestead. What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? I just love you when you say that, Sherry. That's just tickled me so much. Yes, indeed. And I just love your show. One of these days, I want to be somewhere where I can grow my own papayas and all that other stuff because I can't keep lugging all this stuff I got here in the basement. I'm getting too old for that. I have to find folks to help me take stuff in and out of the basement come winter time. So all the stuff I want is just not enough help to do that. You know, these kids here nowadays, they don't like to work. They rather play their video games and listen to their rap music, but they don't want to work. The everyday life of a OCD chickish. Yes. What's up? Nikki. Glad to see you, sweetie. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. Well, Bobby said best. Nah, I think you do pretty good, Sherry. I mean, I see Bobby, he flexing them big old arms. And he be like, soul brothers and soul sisters. I was like, okay. And he had that little hat crimped down. I'd be like, go, Bobby, go, Bobby, go, Bobby. Oh, I love it. I love watching you guys. And I love bacon and is it applewood? I know it ain't apple butter, so it must be applewood. Okay. When your pigs, they so cute. And the rabbits. Yeah. And I was watching who was that earlier today? Led Farmer when he was doing a hike with that go pack on his back. He was like, whoo, going up them inclines and stopping. And he's right. When you had those go bags, as a more mature woman, I can't carry the same weight that he carries. So I have to really be specific on what I can carry on my back because I do have a serious back problem. I mean, a serious back problem. So I don't even think I can even wear my backpack on my back. I might have to sling it on my arm. That's how bad my back is. So yeah, it will make a difference because I know I can't carry no 8 9 bottles of water in there, but I know I need to have the uh, essentials, like medication, um, a first aid kit, some dried food, change of clothes, a coat, shoes. I mean, it's certain necessities that definitely need to be in there, but there's some things that's just not going to be able to be toted in the bag when you got health issues. So you do have to be, what do you say, Nikki? A side pack? Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and we need a cart and we need a dog that we can attach it to and let him pull it. Cause if I don't have to carry it, that's even better. What's up, Mike? How are you? Thank you. Hello. Um, but yeah, you really have to be careful in regards to your go packs because you can't carry everything. And we used to get those little um, felt blankets for free on the job, lightweight. So yeah, you need to sit down and go through your backpack to see what all you can carry and how much you can carry to last how many days or weeks or however long you might need to take off for. So yeah, I understand. But I was watching Led and I seen the pack he had on his back, and I'm like, no way, Jose, is that gonna happen? Mm-mm, not in this lifetime. Maybe about 20 or 30 years ago, and then that was a toss up then. But now I looked at that bag and I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And he said he couldn't click it across the top, but he had to make sure you could click it at the waist. And I'm just like, okay, all right. So there's a lot of adjustments you need to make in order to carry those go bags. That's definitely a serious situation for whatever reason. Um, I see a lot of people getting ready to start canning. Um, and I'm ready to try something. I got some apples. I want to take the apple peels and make some apple cider or what do you call it? Apple vinegar. That's what I want to make. And the peaches that y'all seen me harvest in that one video, please, it did not make it to a jar, a jug, a jam, a jelly. It made it to my stomach. I was sitting there eating them peaches because they were small compared to the ones last year. I was eating those peaches like they were popcorn. They were so sweet and so good. I was passing it out to friends, and they was like, they small, give me two, And so them peaches last maybe 24 hours. And then I had my adopted grandkids come over the other day. I did a video on them eating the container peaches, and they said they liked them. They were sweet. They enjoyed them. So only only tree that got fruit on it now is my Honeycrisp, and they're looking pretty good. The Irish Spring might make it look a little weird, but it keeps deer out, and I get a chance to enjoy it before they do. So I'm good with that because I can tell every time a deer come into the yard because they always leave a calling card, a little pile of a calling card, whatever area they've been in. So yeah, yeah. And I had a groundhog. I did who was that? Shoot, can't think of the channel. But anyway, I saw him bust up some glass and put it around the bottom edge of his chicken coop to keep the fox and stuff from digging up underneath there to get into his chicken coop. And I did the same thing. They had dug up under my neighbor's fence. You could see the little concaves going underneath the fence. And every time I see him in the yard, he'd take off and run up under there into the neighbor's yard. So I sat down one day and I busted up some bottles and some glass and I broke it up real fine and I took it and I dumped it all up in there. So if you hit that thing, them little soft paws gonna hit all that glass. Yeah. I stopped him from darting in and out of there. And so I saw my neighbor yesterday and he was like, did you put that glass up underneath there? And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. He said, no, no. He said that keeps them from running when I see them. So I was like, yeah, you got to try just about a little bit about this, that, and the other. So I was talking to my neighbor, Ivan, across the street, who's been helping me out a little bit on IT. He was backing up in his driveway and he hollered, Miss Shirley, your groundhog is over here in my yard. And I'm like, when did he become my groundhog? I don't have no names on any of these animals out here. I'm trying to send them your way, get them out my way. And he just bust out laughing. He thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, he was checking out your yard and you didn't have anything over there other than grass and weeds. So he crossed the street. And I was like, no, going back across the street. No, not today. I'm over here working. And he stood up and looked at me like I'm hungry. And I looked back at him like that's your problem and not mine. Least wait until I leave. I mean, you bold enough to stand up on your hind legs and look at me like, you want to go? And I'm like, this my yard. So I have a what they call a Mexican standoff with a groundhog. Yeah, yeah. There's something wrong with that. When you got animals and not even scared of you anymore, they stand there and challenge you. That's a bit much. Yeah. Oh, and there, you and those tomatoes, girl, I need to come your way. Ooh. Then I saw you canning all them tomatoes. You got sauce from now until what? 2099? You have some serious tomatoes up in there. I was like, ooh, look at those. Oh, my goodness. They look so good. I made a tomato sandwich the other day for the first time in a long time. It was so good. I was like, the simple things in life can be the most enjoyable and delectable. You know, you don't have to impress me. I used to work in a jewelry counter in a big department store once, and I had this guy who I guess he called himself a Mac Daddy. Okay, and he come over and he look all in the jewelry case. Now, mind you, I'm selling the jewelry. Okay, I get a discount, and he's baby, I could pick out something in here. I could buy you anything in this case. And I just looked at him and I was like, I could buy anything in this case. And his friend just fell out laughing. And he looked up at me and I was like, have a nice day. You know, yeah, it was funny. I laughed about that all day long because he thought he was all that in a bag of chips. No, he wasn't even cornflakes, So who else just popped up in here? Oh, whole new perspective. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Glad you decided to stop in and say hi to this old lady. Y'all just make my heart glad. Okay, make me want to sing. I can't sing like Miss Linda, so don't even look for that. Like Homestead Heart. See, those sisters can carry a tune. I can carry one for a hot minute, but that's in the privacy of my own home. Okay, either while I'm cleaning the house. Everybody sing while they're cleaning the house, or in their car with the windows up. Not unless you want to be embarrassed by someone who pull up on the side of you and they looking over to see if that's a cat wailing or you ran over one. So I'm not quite that bad, but we all have our moments. Let's see, what else can I think of? Um, hmm. There's a lot of fall garden happening this year because of the extreme hot weather everywhere else. I been hearing a lot of the gardeners in Texas just giving up until the fall because it was so hot there and in Arizona that their gardens just fried. They just fried, and it wasn't worth running their water bills up any higher than what they already were. That they'll just wait for the fall and deal with the fall and the buds. You know, I just got through doing a good spray on my flowers of aphids. They were trying to get up in here, and I was like, no, I don't think so. You should have seen me running for a spray bottle. And I do have Dr. Bronze soap. I didn't use my dishwashing liquid. I need that. So I had the peppermint. I think I have lavender and tea, tea tree oil. And so I used that in a spray bottle and I got rid of them. So everything is looking good and looking happy. Actually, so a lot of the stuff perked up because the aphids was sucking the life out of them. And I was like, oh, no, we ain't doing that. I'm on the second floor of a two family. And I was like, if they coming up here, imagine what they do on ground level. So I was like, I'm fighting everything. I sometimes feel like a soldier in a war. You have to fight everything. Anybody new else pop up in here? Well, I see y'all talking to one another. I'm gonna have a fall garden. It's gonna be real small. Cause like I said, I got Wild Kingdom over here. And I'm running out of chicken wire. Chicken wire is expensive. I went to get a roll of chicken wire. Where was I at? Home Depot, and they wanted like $82 to $86 for the roll. I said, "Are you serious? I'm not building a house. I wanna build a greenhouse." And I was looking at the wood, and I was it a 12 by 12 by 16. They wanted $56 for one piece of wood. I was like, oh, I don't think so. So that greenhouse gonna be on the slow roll. I got the cattle panels, but I need wood. It was cheaper buying the one by ones, the one by fours, but for the long pieces of wood, so I'm finna get strategic and break out with the wood pallets, start breaking them bad boys down and building up stuff. I, I'm good with my hands now. I can get out there and build stuff. I ain't shame. I I know how to work a hammer and the saw and the drill and all that good stuff. So if I have to get creative, I will get creative. I will have a greenhouse. I thought I was gonna have it this year, but prices on a lot of the materials said no, you're not. So I'm gonna save my little pennies, and by next year, hopefully, if it hadn't tripled, because it's already doubled, if it hasn't tripled, I want to get the wood for my greenhouse because I got a nice little orchard and I would like to be able to kind of shelter it because of our winters here. They can get pretty harsh, you know, and the snow and the ice can break up a lot of branches. You can take out your yard. So I don't want to lose that. It was too hard getting it here. Who is that? My tiny garden. Hello, dear. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. Yeah, whole new perspective. Yeah, wood prices continue to rise. They're not gonna stop. Everything's gonna go up. Like I said, everything but your check. And even if they give you a raise in your check, everything else gonna go up a dollar or two more after they give you that raise. But then too, Uncle Sam gonna get his cut too. because the more you make, the more he take. If you ain't got a house full of kids, Uncle Sam, he's in your pocket more than you are. You go to stick your hand in your pocket, you be like, wait a minute, where you come from? Like back out my pocket slowly. Leave the pennies. You know. So yeah. Ooh, I hope y'all drinking water, staying hydrated. Andale, I'm in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, Zone 6A, where it gets cold, it gets snow, it get downright ugly come wintertime. Our winters have been crazy. One year it's nice, it's mild until like January, February. And then like April, was it 2 years ago, where we had those two snowstorms back to back? It shut us down. And my Japanese maple, I'm up on the second floor. It's almost past my porch. When I looked out the window, I didn't even see it. The snow had bent it all the way down to the ground. I actually went downstairs and took a picture of the branches all the way down to the ground, touching, and they were loaded down with ice and snow. And fortunately, um, it melted and it didn't snap any limbs, which I thought was surprisingly. Uh, I didn't think about that. But my evergreen trees, they took them out. They split them down the middle. I tried tying them back up after snow and ice melted and they started dying. You can just see all the brown. So I'm getting ready to pull them out the pots all together and put some new ones in there. They had babies, and I potted up the babies. So I'm gonna take mom and dad out and get them a nice burial and put the kids in, see what they're gonna do. But I'm gonna learn how to, like I see a lot of people with evergreens, take burlap and wrap my trees up with some twine so that that'll get through the winter, so I won't have that issue anymore. Cause I used to see them do it all the time, and I'm like, why they do that? And then it's like, duh, okay, but I understand now. So I think I do have some burlap in the garage. Yeah, and some twine. And I'm gonna wrap them up before winter. When they predict the first snowstorm, I'm gonna go out there and wrap them up and get them ready so that they'll make it through. And they was tough. They went through the first one. The first one they hit, oh, they snapped back like a champ. But that second one, it was like, whoa, that was too soon. We just reeling back from the first one. Second one's like, nope, 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 nope. That's a wrap. And it took them straight out. Laboring in the vineyard, 144. Okay, vineyard I can do. I can eat grapes all day long. Smash a few, because my favorite drink is Welch's grape juice. Old school. Yeah, they don't make stuff like they used to. The stuff they got out here now is all watered down. It's like diluted Kool-Aid. Because remember, I don't know how many people remember where you used to be able to drink a Pepsi or a Coke, and as soon as you take a sip, the fuzz went up your nose, the sizzle, and it just like, you know. You open it up now, you be glad if it fizz, okay? Stuff is not as strong. Everything like they put a cut on everything out here, you know. Yeah, it's all sugared up. Yeah, got these kids jumping off the walls and running across the ceiling. Yeah, you missed that burn, Nikki? Yeah, buddy. Those were the good old days. And Verner's ginger ale. Oh man, if you had an upset stomach, I guarantee you, after you done had one of them, maybe with a little lemon in it, you was good to go. See, we grew up on raw medication. Okay, what I mean by that is like castor oil, Father John, three sixes, the nastiest stuff in the world. But I guarantee you, you wasn't sick long. You felt better and you didn't have a relapse. You was good to go. After that stuff worked you out and flushed you out and cleaned out your system, you was good to go. Granny used to say, pinch our nose and told us, if you throw it up, I'm going to make you take it again and give us a piece of lemon. And you had to suck on it to try to get that taste out your mouth. I want to puke just thinking about it. That stuff wasn't no joke, but it did the job. And this stuff they got out here now, I don't even know what it is. I don't even mess with this stuff they got out here now. Because to me, it seems like it makes you sicker. You know, have you ever seen, have you ever read the pieces of paper that come with your medication from all the side effects that you can have from your medication? I was like, I'd rather suffer for what I got than to take this. It tells you, it gives you heartburn, heart palpitations, diarrhea, swelling of your eyelids or your throat or your knees or your ankles, aches in the joints. I'm like, I don't have all of that. Why would I want to take this to get rid of that one little thing to get all this other stuff I don't have? I don't need to experience pain in a different form and fashion just to find out if this medication works or not. And it might not do the job, but you got all these side effects. I'm like, no, I'm good. I just suffer, because I can't deal. I can't deal. Yeah, and it's nasty. Oh my God. Have you ever tasted some medicine and then you burp and you can still taste it? Oh, that's the worst. Or it's like a cloud that'll come out your mouth and it's just like, and you see the kids take medication, they go, "Ugh." Oh, it's just horrible the stuff we have to take to calm ourselves to make us feel good. Okay. I'm still waiting on the feel good part when you still trying to get past the taste and the nausea, you know, and then it might upset your stomach. Yeah, side effects I don't need. You're right. They know people don't read the side effects. Yeah, that's true. A lot of them go by what the doctor tell them. Just take it. You'll be all right. But they give you that little piece of paper in there for a reason, you know, and people should wise up and read it. Because once they read it, it's like, mm-mm. Like I asked my doctor, he was like, when I got my inhaler for my asthma, I said, how much is this going to cost? He said, oh, not much. I said, don't give me something I can't afford. And he was like, all right. Then the nurse said, they don't know how much this stuff costs. They don't even care. They just write out a prescription. Because when I took my prescription in, she told me 100 and some odd dollars. I was like, at Walgreens, I was like, are you serious? Just so I can breathe? And I took it to Walmart and it was like 50 bucks. I was like, really? That's a big markup and overhead. I was like, that was robbery in my face. You tell me you rather me keel over for not being able to afford an inhaler so I can't breathe than to make it sensibly priced so I can live. Wow. Okay. And with the EpiPen, my play daughter told me her EpiPen cost her $600. She's allergic to pineapple. I'm like, are you kidding me? Who got $600 laying around for an EpiPen and you can only use it one time? Oh, oh, I'm glad I'm not allergic to pineapple because that ain't right. That ain't right. Mm-mm. All right. Oh, Queen. Hello, Queen. Is that Queen Bill 3? Hello. Welcome. All right. You new to me. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoy them. Yeah. My videos I have to laugh at sometimes. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Rain and Glory. I've had prescriptions where there is no generic. All right. You have to pay the full price for that particular medication. That's one thing I have checked out. What they have that X something, I check out that chart on the different medications. And not all medications have a generic counterpart to it. You, there's only one kind, and those are the ones that have the biggest price tags because they know there's not a substitute for it. So hey, it is what it is. But I got kids now that walk up and down the street that is out of school for the summer, and they walk down and it's like, hey lady, what's that? And I was like, come on over here, you want to help me? And they like, sure. And so I've been teaching the kids in the neighborhood, you know. And it's funny. They come out and they stand in the front yard and they say, "Can Miss Shirley come out and play?" It's funny. And I let them pick cherry tomatoes. I was like, "Never let me catch you over here unless I'm with you." And I tell my brother that. I have a brother who's a chef. He likes raiding my herbs. I had to ban him from my garden because he went over there one year and he raided my garden so bad. I was so mad at him. I think if I'd have saw him, I would have truly beat him up. Truly, he would have been up. It would have been a beat down. It would, yeah. So I told him, "You're not allowed to come back in my garden again unless I'm with you." He was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "You were sorry then, so no." And he's a good cook. Oh my goodness, that boy can burn. I seen him go on my refrigerator and take stuff and put it together, and I was just like, "How did you do that?" Oh, and he introduced me to a lot of different foods and what have you. So you get down now. I got to give him credit where credit's due. The boy know how to cook. You know how to take some stuff that you might not eat and put it together, and it tastes like it should be in a 5-star restaurant. So the boy know his craft. His boss one year sent him to, I think it was Boston, and he went on a fishing boat, and they showed him how they catch the lobster and the shrimp firsthand, and how they package it up and ship it to the restaurant where he was cooking at. And so he got firsthand experience in regards to that, and I thought that was so cool. Um, Odom Homestead, welcome, hello. Black Guns and Gardens, all righty, hello. He said he wore that outfit, you know, that little girl that used to be on the Morton salt box, the yellow hat and the raincoat and the boots and stuff. He said, yeah, he had all that gear on the boat, and but he really had a good time. So yeah, and so this weekend I'm going over to my granddaughter's house, and she has hydrangeas in her yard, and we're gonna do a little yard work. I'm gonna show her how to take care of it, you know. So I'm looking forward to that because we always have a good time. She fixes me a nice lunch. And she's getting me early, so I better see breakfast, lunch, and pretty much dinner because I know I'm gonna be over there all day. But I enjoy her so much, and we have such a good time. My granddaughter and I are quite close. Once a month, once or twice a month, we go to the movies and go out and eat together and just enjoy each other's company. So that makes me happy too. And I told her, I was like, thanks for helping out this old lady. She's like, Grandma. Oh, I'm sorry. She called me Graham now. She said she's too old to call me Grandma. She didn't think that was politically correct. So she called me Graham now. So I was like, okay. All right. So yeah. To the doctor, tell him to give you some samples. I do. I do. If I can keep the same doctors, you know, nowadays you don't keep the same doctor for 20 years. You know, I had doctors that go into rotation. They leave, they there for about five 5 to 10 years, and then they leave to go do a residency at another hospital somewhere, either cross country or out the country, or what have you. And I get a new one. I went to a doctor's appointment. I didn't even know that they had assigned me to a new doctor. I got the letter after my doctor's appointment. I was like, "Where's my doctor at?" And he was like, "Oh, he retired." I was like, "Would have been nice if y'all told me." And he said, They didn't send you a letter?" I was like, "No." When I got home from my doctor's appointment, the letter was in the mail. So yeah, yeah. I always have some free samples. Always. That's the first thing I say. Mm-hmm. Um, that's oh, okay. Y'all talking to each other in the chat. All right. Sometimes you can go to the website and get a discount on that prescription. Yeah, yeah. I check. Yeah, yeah. I cross those T's and dot those I's because I'm on a budget. Yeah, I try it all. I have a few friends who are nurses, and they be like, "Go to so and so and so and so. They got it cheaper there," and I'll be like, "Thank you." Yeah, you know the right people. They'll steer you to the right way. Yeah, and I have a good pharmacist up at this Walgreens around the corner from me. He'll let me know. He said, "Go Walmart." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Cause I ain't paying this kind of prices, you know." So I'm glad I don't have to take a lot of medication, but the medication I do, it ain't cheap. So yeah, and my medical coverage now is picking up a lot of stuff. The before I used to have to pay $40 and $50 for it. Now it's like $1 here, $2 there. I was like, oh, I can afford that. And I got it, enough pennies and nickels and dimes in the cushions of the sofa. As we used to say when your company came over and the change fall out their pockets, I can afford my meds now. So, but there's one particular medication that I think I had to give up a firstborn and a leg. I'm gonna give him the bum leg. I ain't gonna give him the good one. They'll give it back, then I won't have to worry about it. Yeah. So my after I retired, one of my girlfriends told me, she said, whatever you do, don't drop your medical coverage from the job, because once you drop it, they won't let you back. And after checking with other medical coverage and stuff and reading the fine print and the fine print under the fine print, I kept what I got. And I'm finding out that it has worked to my advantage. So yeah, that's an orange lamp. And let me tell you something. I found that lamp at a secondhand store, and I took some painter's tape, the blue tape, and I taped it over it. I took it outside. That was a white shade, and sprayed it with some orange paint, and the bottom half was white, and I sprayed that too. I have another one on the other side of the room. The bottom of it is shaped different, but it has the same size drum shade at a secondhand store for like 25, maybe 25, $30 a piece. And I didn't like the color, but I liked the shape. And yeah, can of spray paint and some painter's tape. I took it outside and sprayed it. I love the color orange. I have my orange pillow here. And then I got another orange picture here. Let's see. It's an orange picture of my baby boy when he was little. So yeah, I like the color orange. I got pops. The cover I'm sitting on is orange. So yeah, orange is my pop of color in the house. Everything else is monochromatic. They're all pretty much the same color, the beige and taupe tones. But my orange, and I do have pops of white in the flowers and stuff in the house. And I'm an animal lover, and my cat decided to come over here and sit next to me. And she's sitting looking at me, rolling her eyes. Her name is Annie, and Annie is spoiled. And I do mean spoiled. We have conversations, like she likes going out on the porch. She don't jump off the porch. She stays on the porch. And when I tell her to come in the house so I can lock up because I need to leave out, yeah. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, if you stay out there, you'll be out there all day because I'm not going to argue with you. And people say, who are you talking to? I said, my cat. And it's like, y'all have conversations like that? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I do. TLC in the garden. Hey, babe, I'm so glad to see you. How are you feeling today? Yeah. Oh, y'all want to see Annie? She mad because I'm waking her up. This is Annie. You look at her. Mwah. This is Miss Annie, my spoiled child. And she loves when I hold her. Yeah, I hold her. I brush her. I rub her behind her ears. Yeah, look at her. Yeah, Annie is spoiled. It's his mama's baby. Huh. I'm not gonna have 20 cats. I'm only just had this one. Okay, she's been neutered, so it ain't about what is it, neuter or spayed? I don't know. I forget which one it is. But anyway, this is mama's baby, and she just is spoiled. Is spoiled. You see her, don't you? She just is spoiled. She'll lay like this in my arms all evening. If I hold her, she'll lay here. Isn't that right? Yeah, mama's baby. Yeah, my spoiled child. All right. Until she makes me mad, then I want to throw her over the porch. You want to go back to sleep? Look, see, she laid her head on my shoulder now. Now she don't want to move. I'm not gonna sit here and hold her through the whole. No, we ain't. No, we not doing that, Annie. No. Uh-uh. All right. I'm gonna try to put it. I'm gonna try to put her down. I have to do it slowly. Okay. Phew. She's hot. Uh, okay. All right. Now she mad at me because I put her down. All right. Now I got to deal with that the rest of the night because she'll come and sit at my feet. Yeah, 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 yeah. You showed me off and then you kicked me to the curb. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, she's quiet now. But wait till I hang up and get off of here. She'll be back and she'll sit at my feet and she'll tell me about myself. She'll tell me about myself. So, ooh, I didn't know it was that late. Okay. I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes. I was supposed to be like you, Andale, 30 minutes. Where'd the time go? Wow. Okay. But you know what? The next time I'm back again next Thursday at 7. And what I would like from you guys is your zone, and not just your zone, but the city and the state. Because I'm finding out that just being in zone 6A, I thought that was just in Cleveland, Ohio. But I find out zone 6 is everywhere. So, you know, I need to know exactly the city and the state of the zone. What y'all laughing at? Y'all laughing at me and the cat or me in 30 minutes? I was like, I happen to look and say, oh, shoot, this is like LST. Okay. No, you just stop and you think you're going to Northeastern New Jersey Zone 8A. Okay. Northeastern. Oh, you're in North Carolina, Andale? I don't know where I thought you were somewhere else. Oh, TLC, you know I know where you at. Maryland Zone 7A. Nashville, Tennessee. I told y'all next week, but y'all okay. Y'all want to throw it in? This is oh, all right. This is funny because I'm looking at the Carolinas is popping in. What was it before? On Brooks Channel, what have you? All the folks from Georgia. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. And what was it? GT? He up in Alaska, but he's originally from Georgia. And then I thought about it and I said, wait a minute, I'm from Georgia. I was like, I put it like this. My mama said I was made in Georgia, but I was born in Cleveland. So I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. Okay. But all my other peeps is from Georgia. Okay. Dalton, Albany, Columbus, Atlanta. So I got cousins and aunts and uncles all over Georgia. Some I've met, some I haven't. But I happened to think about it. I said, my cousin tried to get me to move down to Georgia. I wish I'd have went. But hey, I'm up here and I'm not going anywhere. What you saying? That was made in the USA and born in China. In Japan. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I got cousins with dual citizenships. Like my uncle was in the Marine. Yeah, he was in the Marines. They were born like in Okinawa and a few other places. And I think only one of them was born here in the USA because he was stationed in California, San Diego, California. When he came back, he did a couple of tours over to Vietnam. So, yeah. So they got dual citizenships. They was born here, there, and everywhere. I was made in the USA and born in Japan. It sounds like a car. What are you, a Toyota? Honda? Then you say your husband has family in Cleveland. All right, cool, cool. Now you know Cleveland's a big territory. There's a lot of yeah, there's a lot of space in Cleveland, so that could mean anywhere. What you say, Maria? It's never too late to move. That's true that. But I figure the next time I move, it'll be into a nursing home. I'm not. I've been here over 22 years, and I'm trying to downsize because I know I can't take all this stuff with me. So, no, I'm not going anywhere. I was born and raised in Michigan, been in Tennessee for the last 14 years. Okay. All right. My cousins lived here and they moved to North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina. They had a house built down there and they love it. They said, is, is it Charleston or Charlotte? One of them. I don't know. Starts with a C. I'll put it like that. But anyway, anywho, I see a lot of people are not originally where they were. They've moved to other places. Either they didn't like the cold or the snow. Uh, I listen to Miss Linda. She cracks me up talking about being in New Orleans. It's the perfect weather where she can garden all year round. Now that would be my dream. Oh my goodness, where I could garden all year round, just keep dropping seeds and stuff just keeps growing. And she made me fall in love with Romanesco. Is that how you say it? Excuse me. I want some of that. I want to grow some of that. It's not the prettiest plant, but it looked like it might be so good. I'm going where the land is cheap next. Where is that? The moon? Florence Lindsay. Guess what, dear? These are my natural nails. My nails grow long naturally. The only reason they're this short right now is because they were getting in my way gardening. This fall, I actually want to do a series about nail care for the winter months, um, and how to properly take off your nail polish and how to care for your nails during the winter months because we lose a lot of natural oils come winter months. Our skin gets dry, our hair gets dry. That includes nails as well. So I would like to do a little mini series because I can't garden outside all year round. So I have to try to find something else to talk about, other than growing uh, seedlings and what have you. And my new little mini greenhouse that I'm going to show you how I'm going to build for inside. I was born and raised in Boston, been in Miami for 18 years and loving it. Okay. Okay. All right. That's nice. That's nice. I have a girlfriend who was born in Boston. She lives here now, and I love her accent. She how she say cars and hard, you know. And then I had a friend from Jersey. Yeah, I like the little accents from up there on the East Coast. Yeah. What you say, Florence? You grow long nails too? Yeah. And my nails are hard. I mean, hard, hard. Okay, I could literally dig a hole with them. And my mom, when I was younger, when you're in high school and you got natural long nails, I had long hair too, and you just thought you was just so cute. And my mother used to say, "Cut them things off. You look like a bird hanging up in a tree." Jesus. Okay. Yeah. So I had to keep them to a certain length until I got out her household, and then I could grow them as long as I wanted. But then I found out as it was a mess. And I used to love to change my nail color every single day. Whatever outfit I had on, my nails had to match. If I wore pink, they were pink. I didn't mind. I spent money. I have a cabinet in my bathroom right now that's just got every color possible nail polish you want, whether it's lacquered or nail hardener or whatever. I love playing painting my nails. It is soothing to me. After I cut all my hair off, that's what the hot flashes that had to go. Yeah, me in here. I've never missed hair. I had a friend once who told me my hair was long. He said, "If you ever cut your hair, I'll leave you." I went straight to the barbershop. Yeah, hair ain't been long since. That's been many years ago. So, yeah. All right. Now it's an hour and 24 minutes. All right, y'all. I'm running out of stuff until next week when I come up with some more content. And I thank you once again Raketa Harrison, hello, dear. And I want you guys to come back. And like I said, every Thursday at 7 o'clock, I want you to come back and throw me some questions. Give me something. Hey, help me. Help me. I run out of stuff to say. I'm surprised I talked this long, but help me. I need some more content. Okay. Y'all help me out. Y'all been at this a lot longer than I have, so I need a little help. Growing out the box. All right. Oh yeah, I love his channel. And I love that one raised bed you got with the round cylinders and the white, what do you call them things? Nets like over there. I need stuff like that. And then I remember they ripped mine up. I had that netting over it and it was claws. It was shredded. So I had to stick to chicken wire. But I like the little forms you had to put that over the top. So Maria Graham, yes, I better see you next week, girl. Well, you know what? What's today? Thursday. Oh, I'm gonna see you Sunday because we moderators for Miss Linda. So I'll see you then. Good night to everyone in the chat. Thank you once again for stopping by and seeing me. Thank you for folks who didn't even get in the chat, might be listening. Please hit that like button, and that way that you'll get the notification on my next time for my live. And please enjoy my videos. And as I always say, y'all come back now. You hear?